Good morning. Welcome all to the offline class on administrative law by Dr. K. Sangeeta on judicial review. First part. Introduction. The ultimate power of judiciary to review and determine validity of law or an order may be described as the power of judicial review. Equal justice under law. These words reflect the ultimate responsibility of judiciary of India. In India, the Supreme Court is the highest tribunal in the nation for all cases and controversies arising under the constitution or the laws of the nation. As the final arbiter of the law, the court is charged with ensuring the Indian people the promise of equal justice under law. Judicial review and judicial activism. Administrative perspective and writs where judicial review is the power of the court to determine the constitutionality of legislative act. It determines the ultra vires or intra vires of the act challenged before it. In the words of Smith and Zaucher, the examination or the review by the courts in cases actually before them or legislative statute and executive or administrative acts to determine whether or not they are prohibited by written constitution or in excess of power granted by it, and if so, to declare them void and of no effect. According to Edward S. Cowan, who opinions that the judicial review is the power and the duty of the court to dissolve all legislative or executive acts of either the central or the state government which in the court's opinion transgresses the constitution. Judicial review is not an expression exclusively used in the constitutional law. Judicial review literally means the revision of the decree or sentence of an inferior court by a superior court. Under the general law, it works through the remedies of appeal, revision, and like as prescribed by the procedural law of the land, irrespective of the political system. Judicial review refers to the power of judiciary to interpret the constitution and to declare any such law or order of the legislature and the executive void if it finds them in conflict with the Constitution of India. Constitution of India is the supreme law of the land. The Supreme Court of India has the supreme responsibility of interpreting and protecting it. It also acts as the guardian protector of fundamental rights for the people. For this purpose, the Supreme Court exercises the power of determining the constitutional validity of all laws. It has the power to reject any law or any of its parts which is found to be unconstitutional. This power of the Supreme Court is called the judicial review power. The State High Court also exercises this power, but their judgment can be rejected or modified or upheld by the Supreme Court. According to Black's Law Dictionary, which explains very well, judicial activism is the judicial philosophy which motivates judges to depart from strict adherence of judicial precedent in favor of progressive and new social policies which are not always consistent with the restraint expected of the appellate judges. It is commonly marked by the decision called for social engineering, and occasionally these decisions represent intrusion in the legislative and executive matter. Judicial review refers to the powers of judiciary to interpret the constitution and to declare any such law or order of the legislation and executive void if it finds them in conflict with the Constitution of India. Now we will see judicial activism. Judicial activism is judicial philosophy which motivates judges to depart from strict adherence to judicial precedent in favor of progressive and new social policies which are not always consistent with the restraint expected of the appellate judges. Usually there are judges like Krishna Iyer and Justice Bhagwati who have gone beyond the statutory provisions and have rendered social justice. but this cannot be expected from any other or each and every judges. So it is uniquely the judge's point of view to go beyond a limit and to stay within their powers to render social justice. It is commonly marked by the decision calling for social engineering, and occasionally these decisions represent intrusion in the legislative and executive matters, most often the environmental law. Judicial review refers to the power of judiciary to interpret the constitution and to declare any such law or order of the legislature or executive as void if it finds them in conflict with the Constitution of India. If you see judicial review, it has two important functions. First, legitimizing the government's action. Second, the protection of the constitution against any undue encroachment by the government. Constitutional provisions for judicial review. The Indian Constitution adopted the judicial review on lines to US Constitution. Parliament is supreme under the Indian Constitution, but it is not supreme as the powers are limited in a manner that the power is divided between the center and the state. Moreover, the Supreme Court enjoys a position which entrusts it with the power of reviewing the legislative enactment both of the parliament and the state legislature. This grants the court the powerful instrument of judicial review under the constitution. Both the political theory and the text of the constitution has granted the judiciary the power of judicial review on a legislation. The constitutional provision which guarantee judicial review of legislation is scattered throughout the constitution. If you see Article 13, 32, 131 to 136, 143, 226, 145, 246, 251, 254 and 372. Here if you see Article 372 subclause 1 of the Indian Constitution, judicial review of the present constitutional legislation. Article 13 declares that any law which contravenes any of the provisions of the part of the fundamental rights shall be void. Article 32 and 226, which is the writ jurisdiction of the Supreme Court and the High Court respectively, entrusted the role of the protector and guarantor of the fundamental rights of the Supreme Court and the High Court. Article 251 and 254 states that in case of inconsistency between the union law and the state law, the union law prevails and the state law shall be void. Article 246 subclause 3 ensures that state legislature exclusive powers on matters pertaining to state list. Article 131 to 136 entrusts the court with the power to adjudicate disputes between individuals and state, between the states and the union, but the court may be required to interpret the provisions of the constitution, and the interpretation given by the Supreme Court becomes the law honored by all the lower courts or subordinate courts of the land. Article 245 states that the power of both the parliament and the state legislature are subjected to the provision of the Indian Constitution. Now we will see judicial review is the power of judiciary. The court reviews the laws and the rules of legislature and executives in cases that come before them. In litigation cases, the court determines the constitutional validity of the laws and the rules of the government. The court rejects the law or any of its part which is found to be unconstitutional or against the Indian Constitution. Now we will see the features of judicial review in India. Judicial review powers is used both by the Supreme Court and the High Court. Both the Supreme Court and the High Court exercises the powers of judicial review. First, the final power to determine the constitutional validity of any law is in the hands of the Supreme Court of India. Judicial review of both the central and the state laws. Judicial review can be conducted in respect of all central and state laws where the orders or the ordinance of the executive and the constitutional amendments. When you talk about limitation, judicial review cannot be conducted in respects of law incorporated in the 9th schedule of the Constitution. So we should not forget that the 7th schedule, which is Article 246, talks about the union list, state list and the concurrent list, where the union and the state could make laws on the items listed thereunder, and in concurrent list both the union and the state can make laws. But if you see on the 9th schedule, here it is very clear that it cannot be conducted, judicial review cannot be conducted on the items that is mentioned in the 9th schedule. So this is the difference, and 9th schedule article is Article 284. Next, if you see, it covers law and not political issues. Judicial review applies only to the question of law. It cannot be exercised in respect of political issues. Judicial review is not automatic. The Supreme Court does not use the power of judicial review by suo motu action. It can use it only when any law or rule is specifically challenged before it, or when during the course of hearing a case, the validity of any law which is challenged before them. The decision in judicial review cases, the Supreme Court can decide the law is constitutionally valid, or in cases the law continues to operate as before, the law is constitutionally invalid. In this case, the law ceases to operate with effect from the date of the judgment. Only some part or part of the law is invalid. All this could be mentioned. In this case, only invalid part or part becomes non-operative and the other parts continue to remain in operation. However, if the invalidated parts or part is so vital to the law that other parts cannot operate without it, then the whole of the law gets rejected or it is void. Judicial review decisions get implemented from the date of judgment. When the law gets rejected as unconstitutional, it ceases to operate from the date of the judgment. All activities performed on the basis of the law before the date of the judgment, declaring it invalid, which continue to remain valid. Principle of procedure established by law, as explained in Article 21, judicial review in India is governed by the principle of procedure established by law. It is not due process of law as in US Constitution. Under the court conducts one test whether the law has been made in accordance with the power granted by the Constitution or to the lawmaking body, or follows the prescribed procedure or not. It gets rejected when it held to be violative of the procedure established by law. Classification of provisions which are rejected law which is violative. Here, the declaring a law unconstitutional, the Supreme Court has to cite the provisions of the Constitution which it violates. The court has to clearly establish the invalidity of the concerned law or any of its part. Critical evaluation of judicial review. First, undemocratic. The critic described judicial review as undemocratic system. It empowers the court to decide the fate of the law passed by the legislature, which represents the sovereign or the will of the people. Second, lack of clarity. The Constitution of India does not clearly describe the system of judicial review. It rests upon the basis of several articles of the Constitution. Source from an administrative problem. When a law is struck down by the Supreme Court as unconstitutional, the decision becomes effective from the date on which the judgment is delivered. Now, a law can face judicial review only when the question of its constitutionality arises in any case being heard by the Supreme Court. Such a case can come before the Supreme Court after 5 or more years after the enforcement of that law. As such, when the court rejects it as unconstitutional, it creates administrative problems. A judicial review decision can create more problems than solving it. Reactionary. Several critics regard the judicial review system as a reactionary system. They hold that while determining the constitutional validity of the law, the Supreme Court often adopts a legalistic and conservative approach. It can reject progressive law enacted by the legislation. Next, delaying system. Judicial review is a source of delay and inefficiency, where the people in general and the law enforcing agencies in particular sometimes decide to go slow or keep their fingers crossed in respect of implementation of a particular law. They prefer to wait and let the Supreme Court first decide its constitutional validity in case that may come before it at any point of time. Next, tends to make the Parliament less responsible. The critics further always argue, saying that the judicial review can make the Parliament irresponsible, as it can decide to depend upon the Supreme Court for determining the constitutionality or reasonableness of a law passed by it.